Right. This is 2024 MCQ discussion. So first one lamai. Which of the following statement best describe the primary purpose of financial accounting? Right. So the providing information for external parties to take decisions normally. So provide information to take decisions external parties. So answer number 5. Right. Right. Firm is unable to continue its operation for foreseeable future. It means they don't have going concern. Which of the following concepts not relevant in preparation of financial statement of this firm? Actually, my here right unable, not relevant in preparation of financial statement, right? Not relevant, right? Business. That means like they don't have going concern. They don't have going concern. Clear? They don't have going concern. So which means going concern concepts are not relevant because going concern concept actually violated. Clear? Violated. And also right, and also so going concern actually they don't have going concern. So going concern කියන concept එක relevant වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Right? Going concern not relevant. Clear? And also historical cost. Then if the business doesn't have going concerns, all assets liability should be present at realizable value. Realize normally market price. Clear? Therefore historical cost won't be right. Historical cost concept won't be irrelevant. So answer should be number 3 lamai. Right? Which of the following statement correct? Application of business entity concept. So all business are recorded the perspective of business side. Yeah, business from the business perspective, we have to do it. This concept provide the basis for the identification of reporting entity. Yeah, reporting entity we have to identify based on these accounting concepts. Owners investment presented as a claim of resources of the business. Yeah, additional capital. A claim gain additional capital, right? So in all correct lamai answer number 5. Right, answer number 5. So 4, right. 4 lamai Chandana retail business was coming 24 January 1st. This business is registered for value added tax. The following transactions have occurred in the business during the month of January. Okay. So question asks, which of the following account equation which reflect the transaction number 1 and 2? Right. So here I'll run on assets equals liability right equity. Right. Transaction number 1 cost of the sold goods lamai 240 definitely uh, definitely inventory asset decreased by 240. Clear? Then Amal sold on credit base including VAT. Sold and definitely including VAT and selling price should be like receivable. Deter කියලා ගන්න ඕනේ අන්න ඒ ගාන. Right. Trade receivable. Clear. Therefore my total profit. Right. Profit should be ළමයි මෙතන VAT එක අයින් කරාම VAT amount should be how much? 54, and it should be ළමයි VAT liability, VAT payables. Clear. VAT payable liability. ඔයාලට profit එක කියලා ගන්න ඕනේ VAT එක අයින් කරාම right, sales income should be 354 minus 54. VAT without amount will be sales income. Right, and the cost of sales how much? Inventory amount. So it should be 240. So profit will be lamai 60,000. Equity increases by 60 as profit. Right, that's the first one. Right, so transaction number 2 lamai received check from Amal. To that Amal, total amount after loving the discount. Right, so Amal lamai definitely trade receivable balance decreased by 54 because total receivable amount decreased. Clear? But discounts allowed to 30,000, which is expense. Discount allowed expense. So received amount, cash receipts definitely 324. Right, so that's the amount received. Right, the receivable එක ගද්දී ඔයාලා VAT එකත් එක්ක total amount එක තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? Right, so here 240 plus 324 right, so 84 54 30. Right, 84 54 30 answer should be number 1 line. Answer should be number 1. Right, source document of use record transaction number 3 4 and 5 of books of Chandra business. In the Chandra's business දැන් අපේ business එක මොකක්ද? Chandra business තමයි. Right, okay, transaction number 2 ළමයි received amount ළමයි definitely receipt. Right, definitely receipt. Number 3, cost of sold good costing 320. For cashes definitely my cash amount received, so that one also received. Oh, question is 3 4 neither. Right, 3 definitely received. Costing Bimal on credit and definitely invoice. Number 5, return goods sold to Bimal 18. Bimal that is sales return, so sales normal credit, so credit note. Credit note lamai, so answer should be receipt invoice and credit note. Answer number 2. Answer number 2. Question number 6, what is the correct double entry of post total of sales journal of Chandra business for the month of January 2024? Is it of its general ledger? Right, so my sales plus VAT equals my total right. So here my first one lamai 345 on credit definitely VAT amount 54, total lamai 300. And also here credit sales in sales journal means, so here 590 including VAT. So VAT lamai 90, VAT without actually 500. Right. So totals right. So total will be lamai definitely data control debit lamai VAT total including VAT liability lamai credit. Sales will be sales income 800. Right. So answer will be third one, right? Yes, third one. Right. Question is VAT control balance, ignore VAT on purchase, and uh, the total data control balance as January 31st of Chandras, right? VAT control lamai. So you can prepare a VAT account. Right. So first one lamai purchase sales VAT 54 liability data, and next one 472 sales VAT 72 definitely VAT, that is cash sales. So here sales VAT 90 again, but now when return 18 VAT sales return 18 definitely debited. Right. 198 lamai VAT account balance definitely 198 actually credit balance. So it should be credit balance. Right. So question asks data control account balance. Uh, so you can prepare data control. Right. So data control am definitely 7. The first one am data control debit total amount 354. Right. Ethora data control am debit 354 54 VAT and 300 separately. Clear? Right. So then check received definitely 30,000. The receivable එක හම්බ වෙනවා සල්ලි වලින්, discounts allowed debit 30. එතකොට cash හම්බ වෙන ගාන the receivable එක 354 නේ පටන් ගද්දිම. ඒකෙන් අඩු වුණා 324. Right, cash debit debtor credit, right? So then good costing for say sold for cash, that not relevant. Fourth one line sold for cashes, sorry, credit basis to 590, debtor debit line total, but VAT and sales separately debited. Clear? Right, next one. Return goes to Bimal 418, including 18,000 VAT. Sales return lamai, the return inward debit, VAT debit, sales data account credited lamai. Data return inward will be 18, VAT will be 18, return inward amount will be 100. Right, so data balance will be 472. Right. So answer will be my answer number 4, right? Right, answer number 4. 100, right. Right. Question number 8. Net profit as per the drafted finance statement of a company. Uh, Drafted net profit of the company for the year ended 31st March 5 million. Following errors were revealed. Question was net profit of the company after rectifying the above errors, right? So here are my drafted profit, right? I'll write on drafted profit. That is the incorrect profit line 5 million, right? First one, total of the sales journal 8,500 has been posted to general ledger as general ledger. Again, ledger එකට දාලා තියෙන්නේ අඩුවෙන් දෙකටම කියන්නේ double into total double into කොච්චරක් අඩුයිද බලන්න. 8,500 minus 5,800. How much? 2,700. So correction into will be my data again debited. 2,700. Sales account credit 2,700. That is my PNL. PNL credit now it should be added. Right? It should be added. හොඳට මතක දැන් PNL credit කියලා correction එක ලියාගෙන දාලා බලන්න. PNL credit කියලා આવොත්, right? If it is credit ළමයි added to the profit. If it is debit, minus deducted from the profit. Clear? Right. So sales added to the profit. Right. Next one. Sales commission payable 450 had been debited to the sales account and credited to sales commission payable account. Right. Again, sales commission ළමයි correct අවල sales commissions debit, sales commission payable account credit නේ. එතකොට debit කරලා තියෙන sales account එක. ඒතකොට ඉස්සලා වෙන sales එකෙන් අඩු කරන්න ඕනේ. sales එකෙන් අයින් කරන්න. sales එකෙන් අයින් කරන්න අපව මොකද කරන්න ඕනේ? Sales should be ළමයි credited. How much? 450. ඒක P&L item එකක්. P&L credit නම් plus and debited to sales commission expense. Right, sales commission expense debit. If it is ළමයි debited, ඒක P&L item යන expense නේ. ඒතර P&L debit නම් minus එකෙන්. ඒතකොට ඒකෙන් impact එක නෑ ඇත්තට. හරිද? right මම දාලා වෙන්නන්නම් plus minus ඒවා structured එක આવුත් දාන්න. නැත්තම් මෙතන impact එකක් නෑ. right. Profit එකට impact එක නෑ. structured එක આવුත් දාලා වෙන්නන්නම්. right. Bank loan installment 850 had been paid and it has been debited to the bank loan account and credited to cash accounts, right? However, the interest 150 include installment has not recognized as an expense. All right. Aika interest expense එක recognize කරලා නැහැ කියලා කියන්නේ. Normally interest should be 150, so loan should be how much? I think 600 නේ. Sorry, 700. 700. ඒතර ආගල තියෙන ඔක්කොම ටික loan එකට දාලා තියෙන. එහෙනම් ඔය loan එක අයින් කරන්න. Bank loan එකට ඔක්කොම ටික දාලා තියෙන. Bank loan අයින් කරන bank loan credit loan. Right. ඒක profit item එක නෙවෙයි. Then you can debit to the interest account. Sorry, 150. Yeah. Right here 150. Bank loan එකකින් අයින් කරලා interest එකට දානවා. Right, that is like P&L item. So P&L debit means like minus. Right, that's all. Now you can get the adjusted profit. It should be 7,550. So answer number like 3. Right, answer number 3. Yeah? Right, question number 9. Right, question number 9. During the year, owner of the business obtained goods costing 56,000 as drawings. No adjustments had been made in this respect in the books of accounts. Right. However, the closing inventory is asserted based on physical count. Physical count එක කියලා තිබ්බොත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. එහෙම තිබ්බේ නැත්නම් ඔයා ඔය stock drawing එක ආයෙත් closing stocking deduct කරන්න ඕනේ. You have to deduct the closing stock from the stock drawings from the closing stock when it is ascertained based on the reports. Clear? Right. Gross profit and net profit for the period ළමයි calculate 250 and 120. Right. So gross profit actually 250. Net profit actually 120. Right. Right. So then stock drawings ළමයි what's the double entry? Drawings debit 56,000, purchase credit 56,000, purchase ළමයි P&L item. If it is like P&L credit, you have to add it plus. එතකොට purchase ළමයි cost of sale එකටත් impact වෙනවා. Cost of sales, then it is impact to gross profit and also net profit එකටත් impact වෙනවා. Right. එහෙනම් you have to add it plus නේ 56 added to the both net profit and gross profit. So answer should be lamai 3006. Answer should be number 5, right? Number 5. Right. Okay, very well. Deal to මෙතන physical count එක නැතුව closing stock base ascertain based on the reports කියලා තිබ්බොත් ඔයා කරන්න ඕනේ අහපව් ඒක gross profit එකකින් අඩු කරන්න. ඒ කියන්නේ closing stock එකකින් අඩු වෙන්න ඕනේ අහපව්. Closing stock එකකින් අඩු වෙනවා කියන්නේ cost of sales. කියන්නේ අපි දාන closing stock debit කියන්නේ cost of selling එකකින් අඩු කරන්න ඕන. sorry. කියන්නේ closing stock cost of selling අඩු කරනවා කියනවා. closing stock එක අඩු වෙනවා. Right. Closing stock එක 56 වලින් අඩු වෙලා cost of sale එක increase වෙනවා. Right. 56 වලින් ඊට පස්සේ gross profit එක මොකද ආයෙත් 56 වලින් අඩු වෙනවා. ඒතර ආයෙ පාරක් ඔක අඩු කරන්න ඕන. Right. එතකොට impact එක නැති විදිහට තමයි ඉන්න ඕනේ දැන්. Right. Okay. Right. Transaction number 10. Information, right? Question as bad and doubtful debt expense carrying the amount of the debtors, right? Information has given below related to debtors right? Sole trade business. Credit balance of the allowance of doubtful debt April 1st 70,000, right? That is a provision for doubtful debt, right? Right. Provision for doubtful debt. That is from my 70,000. Trade debtors 24-31st March before adjusting the bad debts and doubtful debt by 1,050, right? That is a closing debtor balance. 50,000 receivables from debtors has been written off as bad debt, right? I mean, that is not bad debt. Debit debtor credit ne එතකොට bad debt debit වෙන එක මෙතන doubtful provision එකට provision for doubtful debt එකට තමයි දාන්න වෙන්නේ. Clear? Debtor කියලා කෙලින්ම bad debt account එක හදන්න එතනම දානවා අපි 50,000. Then firm decide to make a provision 4% on debtor balance 31st March, right? එහෙනම් ඔයා debtor balance එක හදන්න ඕනේ මෙතන closing balance, right? Balance carried down, balance brought forward, that is my closing balance 1,050 and 4%. Clear? 1,050, 4%. So it will be like 42,000. So reverse and identify the P&L value, that's the expense ළමයි. ඒක තමයි P&L එකට යන්න ඕන ගාන බින්න 22,000. Sorry. It's a difference. Right, receivable figure written off before adjusting the bad debt. එහෙනම් මෙතන bad debt අයින් කළා තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ debtor balance, it will be like 1,000. So 1,000 4% means like it will be 40, right? So it will be 20 carrying amount of the debtors and debtor balance lamai it was 1,050. So after deducting bad debt it will be 1,000. So no provision for doubtful debt, so it will be minus 40. $960. So answer should be 20 and 960. Answer should be number 1, right? Answer should be number 1, right? So now next one, 11 and 12. Following business have been extracted from the accounting records of Mihirani Enterprises. Right, 23-24 purchase machine carrying amount. Right, the carrying amount means the difference will be net value. The difference value will be depreciation, inventory, raw material, finished goods, creditors, raw materials. Cash payments made during the year 31st March are as follows. Direct labor cost paid, cash paid to the creditors, production overhead paid. All raw material purchase are credit basis, right? You have to identify purchase rule of a credit account, right? So all there were no WIP and accrued expenses 24 and 23. Opening closing WIP and accrued. There were no purchases or disposal machines during the year. Total manufacturing cost. Right. So first of all, now I prepare a credit account. Right. And identify and identify my purchases. Opening balance. How much opening balance? Creditor 20,000. Closing balance actually 15, right? 15. So cash pay to creditors now 150 here debited, right? Then purchases comes from here. 145, right? So raw materials lamai, first of all calculate opening raw materials, then purchase raw material, closing raw material, and consume raw material, right? That's a direct material. Clear? That's a direct material. Opening raw material lamai actually 60. Purchases 145, closing raw material will be 45, right? So direct labor will be my direct labor paid 300. There's no any other cost lamai, so prime cost will be my 460. Then question says production overhead is like 75,000, right? So here total production cost will be it will be 535, no? Yes, 535,000. So 11 එකට එන්න ඕනේ answer එක answer number 2, right? Sorry, 6. Sorry, here my depreciations also I forgot to record it. This is incorrect because my depreciation and production overheads paid, but my machine depreciations also consider here, right? Machine depreciation also consider. Machine depreciation will be the difference between carrying amount and machines, that is 800 and 675. So that difference will be depreciations, right? So it will be my 125,000, so 660, right? Answer will be number 4 lamai. Answer number 4. Question number 12. Question number 12 asks what is the cost of sales, right? Opening stock lamai raw material, opening finished goods, 120. Here production cost 660. Closing finished goods. Closing finished goods will be 160. So this is the cost of sales. 620 lamai, that one also answer number 4. Right? Answer number 4. Right. 13. Which of the following statement corrects according to sections 24? Partners are entitled to share profit equally, right? Yes. Partners involved in administration business receive remunerations. No, not receive remunerations. Right? According to sections 24. Partners are not entitled to interest on capital. Yes, correct. A correct. C correct. Partners are entitled to be reimbursed if they spend personal funds. Yeah, when partners paid cashes to the business, again, any expense of the business, we had to refund it again. Right? The answer number 4. Yeah. Answer number 4. Clear? It should be answer number 4. 13. Right. Next one, Anil, Banu are carrying out a partnership sharing profits losses equally. Right. Equally means 1 to 1. As per the partnership agreement, each partner is entitled to an annual salary of 1,200. The following opening balances April 1st have been extracted from the books of accounts of the partnership. Right. Partner. Right. Current account, credit, capital account. Right. These are my opening balances. So prepare current and capital account. Right. Current account balance lamai. So here Anil and Banu. Right. Uh, Current account, sorry, capital account lamai opening balance 6,000. Here 5,000. 800. Here 600. Right. So when capital accounts, current account lamai credit, you have to plus. When debit it, you have to deduct. Right. Question is like profit of the partnership. So profit equals lamai 3 benefits lamai: capital interest, right, salary, and profit shares. Clear. Profit shares. Right. So during the year, Amal and Banu contributed 600, 400 additional capital, cash debit, capital account, credit, right? Credit means it should be added. $600, $400, right? Then each partner has taken 1,000 cash from their salaries. That means like paid salaries. Annual salary lamai, okay. Salary lamai 1,200,000 neither salary lamai credited, right? Credit means lamai you have to credit it to the plus to the current account 1,200, right? And also paid salaries debit to the current account. Clear. Paid salaries debited to the current account. This should be 1,000, right? It should be 1,000, right? And uh, in cash from their salaries, right? The profit of the partnership, profit share of each partner was 300, right? Profit shares also credited. Uh, Current account credit, right? So 300 equally, right? There's no capital interest, right? Without a salary is my total 1,200, 2,400. Salary is my total 1,200. Profit shares my 600 total. Therefore, profit will be how much? It equals to 3 million, right? 14 lamai 3 million should be answer number 5, right? Answer number 5. Very easy question. Right. 15, equity of the partnership. So equity of equals to current account and capital accounts closing balances. Right. So here this one. Right. Here total will be 2,400. Here this one 12,000. So total equity will be 14,400. Answer number 3, right? Fourteen, 15. Yes, very easy one. Right. Question of 16 and 17. Right. Very important. This is my revaluation. Sorry, company account question. Right. 16. The following information relates to someone PLC. Cost of sales, gross profit, other income, profit for the year. That means profit after tax. Revaluation surplus and motor vehicles. Revaluation deficit. That is machine. Right. Machine. Okay. So normally, when you are doing this type of questions, you have to write down the adjustment entry for the revaluation surplus and deficit. That's the first thing, right? So normally revaluation surplus of motor vehicles, definitely motor vehicle increases debit 1,000, revaluation reserves credit 1,000, right? Okay. Then revaluations loss, revaluation loss debit 800, machine credit 800. Right. Then machine had been revalued first time 22 or 2 years ago and resulted surplus for 50. All right. That means and also motor vehicle have been revalued for the first time and the machine has been revalued for the second time. Right. So there's a previous year revaluation gain of machines. Therefore, this loss you can recover from the revaluation reserve of the machine previous year. Right. Clear. So it should be 450 debited. Therefore, loss should be 350. Loss 350 right? Loss should be 350. Right? That's the adjustment. So motor vehicle first time no any previous year losses or gain. In computing the profit for the year ending 24/31, revaluation surplus of motor vehicle 1,000, right? 1,000 has been included in other income. Actually, we can't include it in other income. It should be revaluation reserves and also this one added to the other comprehensive income. Make the other comprehensive income and clear. Other comprehensive income, it should be plus, and also here debited one deducted from other comprehensive income minus. Clear, right? So revaluation deficit of machines 800,000 has been deducted entirely in the computed profit for the period current year without considering the previous year revaluation losses, right? Again, again, right? Again, ඔක්කොම ටික දාලා තමයි කියලා තමයි කියන්නේ. එතකොට මේකේ error correction එකක් තියෙනවා. Right? There's error correction. So these are the correct entries. So motor vehicle debited has been credited to other income. Other incomes වලට දාලා තියෙනවා කෙලින්ම other income එකෙන් අයින් කරන්න. right? Other income definitely lamai debited 1000, clear, which is minus. So you have to credit it to the lamai revaluation reserve account. Mean මේකට තමයි දාන්න ඕනේ. This is adjustment entry. Clear, right? That's adjustment entry. Right, but here total amount has been revaluation losses of machine 800 deducted entirely calculate profit. ඔක්කොම ටික expense කියලා දාලා තියෙන්නේ. එහෙනම් expense එකට දාන්න බෑ. ඔයා කරන්න ඕනේ ඒක revaluation surplus එකට මාරු කරන්න ඕනේ. හරිද මේ විදිහට? right, revaluation surplus එකට මාරු කරන්න ඕනේ. ඒක අයින් කරන්න ඕනේ කොහෙන්ද? කියන්නේ loss එකකින් තමයි අයින් කරන්නේ. loss expense revaluation actual loss expense එක අයින් කරන්න. මොකද expense එකෙන් deduct කරලා තියෙන total 800 ඒ loss expense එක අයින් කරන්න. loss credited ළමයි 450 it should be minus. එතකොට මේක loss එකෙන් අයින් වෙනවා කියන්නේ P&L item යන්නේ. ඒක profit එකට අහුව plus වෙන්න ඕන. හරිද? profit එක වැඩි වෙනවා. මෙතන P&L item එකක්. So profit would be deducted ළමයි. Right? Now these two impact on profit actually. Clear? Right. Question asks what is the correct profit and other comprehensive incomes. Actually, other comprehensives will be right. Other comprehensive income will be here 1000 and here 450 minus. So total will be 550, right? Total other comprehensive will be 550 actually, right? So then question asks profit for the year. Then here questions given like profit for the year. That means profit after tax. That is profit for the year 2200. So because of this one, other income minus, so 1000 you have to deduct it. And here revaluation loss again 450 ka අයින් වෙන්න ඕනේ. අයින් වුණාම profit එක again increases 450. So adjusted profit will be 1650. So question number 16, right? Answer will be answer number 1, right? Answer number 1, right? Right, another question. Question here asks total income and total expenses. Total incomes lamai and total expenses. Right. So here like cost of sales 1650, that is expense, right? Sorry, 6500 expense, and gross profit and sales income should be like gross profit and net cost of sales difference. So 9000, it should be 10,000 now. Yeah, 10,000 difference between these two. So other income lamai definitely income, but which includes lamai අර error එකක් තිබ්බනේ. ඒ other income එක අයින් කරන්න ඕනේ because that error මේ other income එකෙන් අයින් කරාම 1000 එතන here 1600 නේ. 1600 minus 1000, so it should be like 600, right? Profit for the year, right? Okay, but like revaluation surplus and deficits ළමයි you have to consider without adjusting. Adjust කරන්න නැතුව තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. Revaluation surplus thousand revaluation loss it should be like 800. Right. So question says here like other gross profit, other income and profit. So you have to identify like here expenses, operating expense. So gross profit, right? Other incomes and expense. Gross profit like 3,500. Other income 1,000. Here that this is incorrect. Like incorrect එක දාලා තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. Right. Difference. So profit after tax will be right 5,100. So here, sorry, profit level 2,200. So identify the difference. Right, that is I think 2,900. Yes. So expenses lamai, you have to adjust the expense. Then expenses here 2,900. අර වැරදි එකත් එක්ක තමයි දාලා ගන්න ඕනේ. right. ඒකේ එතකොට මෙතන අර තියෙනවනේ අර loss එකෙන් revaluation loss අර total debited අපි ඒ වැඩි ටික loss එකෙන් අයින් කරලා ගත්තා. නේද loss එකෙන් කියන්නේ expense එකෙන් තමයි අයින් වෙන්නේ. අර profit increase but expense එකෙන් අයින් කරන්න ඕනේ 450 එක. මොකද ඔක්කොම ටික expense එක දාලා තියෙන්නේ. Then correct expenses should be lamai 2,450. Those are the operating expense. Clear? Right. Wait a minute. 11,600. No, this is not the answer, Lamaya, because actually, if you calculate it right, actually, if you calculate like this is incorrect because then here incorrect profit expense නේ අර වැරදි එකත් එක්කනේ මේ වැරදි එකත් එක්කනේ මේක ඇතුලේ තියෙනවා total what revaluation loss of machines ඒක adjust වෙන්න ඕනේ but මෙතන අපි ඒක දැන් මෙතන අපි ඒක record කරන්නේ here right here when calculating total expense we considered it නේ right එතකොට ආයේ මෙතන අර adjustment එක දාලා හරි එක ගන්න එපා ඔයා full එකම අයින් කරන්න ඕනේ you have to deduct the full amount right full amount and identify the actual operating expense ඒක ඇතුලේ තේරෙනවද බලන්න කියන්නේ මේක ඇතුලේ දැන් අපි අර කලින් ගත්තේ හරියට 2450 means actual expense right අපි actual එක නෙමෙයි ගන්න ඕනේ මෙතන ගන්න ඕනේ expenses නේ. ඒතර මොකද මේක අර ඇතුලේ 350 එක තියෙනවා මෙන්න මේ loss එක තියෙනවා ඒතකොට ඔක ඇතුලේ. ඔය දැන් මේ විදිහට හැදුවොත් එහෙම. හරි අපි අර අයින් කරා. අපි full එකම full total depreciation අර revaluation loss එකම අයින් කරලා මේ expense එකෙන් ඒ හරි operating expense එක ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒක තමයි මෙතන ගන්න ඕනේ. clearද? එතකොට මේක expense එක adjust කරන්න නැතුව ගන්න ඕනේ. expenses will be 9,400 and 11,600 should be number 3 ළමයි. Right. 17 answer should be number 3. Right. Now, Question asks, following transaction has been occurred in Sachin PLC during the year ended 24-31st March. Question asks, net cash flows outflows from the investing activities, right? So purchase machine lamai definitely cash outflow, operating investing activity, right? Sold office equipment with carrying amount 3,600 at a gain 600. එහෙනම් sell කරපු ගාන කීයද 3,600 carrying amount gain එකක් එන්න වැඩි equivalent 4,200. Definitely cash inflow of 4,200. Right of use asset, obtain right of use motor vehicle 5 years under lease agreement. The cost of this right of use asset 4,500. This cost includes an initial payment 1,000, right? 1,000. Therefore ළමයි right of use එකේ initial payment එක තමයි අපි, that is a down payment, right? So here ළමයි down payment, ඒතර down payment එක අයින් කරන් 3,500 mean lease liability. අපි down payment එක තමයි investment activity එකක් විතර ගන්න ඕනේ. Cash outflow ළමයි. That is cash outflow. So 18 ළමයි answer number 2. Right. 19. Which of the following statement is correct as per LKS 8? Right. Accounting estimations arise due to the uncertainty inherence. Yeah, because of the uncertainty, we have to estimate lifetime, residual value. Accounting policies should always be selected by applying guidelines of private accounts. No, not always. According to management requirement also, we can use policy. The effect of the accounting estimate should be adjusted in the profit or loss current and future years, right? Prospective applications A and C should be number 4. Right. Which of the following statement correct according to LKS 37? Provision of is a liability of uncertain time or amount. Yes, correct. A correct. Legal obligation is an obligation that derives from a contract, legislations, or other obligations. Yes, correct. Legal obligations. An entity shall not recognize contingent liability, contingent assets in financial statements. Correct. Answer number 5. Very easy. Theory parts. So SLFR is 16 lease lamai. Leases at the commencement of date of the lease. Lessee should measure the right of use asset at its fair value. Actually, no, you have to cost at cost lama, you have to measure it, right? At the commencement of days of the lease, the lessee should measure the lease liability at the present value of lease payments of not paid. Lease liability measured at present value of lease installment. That is correct. Present value of lease payments is calculated using the interest rate implicit rate in the lease if it is reliably estimated. Yes. Present value ගන්නේ අර 1 divided by 1 plus r into n කියලා එකක් තියෙන equation එක තමයි discounting factors calc කරන්නේ. අපිට ගණන් වල දෙන implicit rate කියලා එකකින් තමයි ගන්නේ. discount factors හදන්න දෙන එක. Therefore ළමයි correct answer number 4. Right. Right. 22. Right. Right. Okay. 22 ළමයි. Question asks, sum of the balances of Gayantha PLC April 1st. stated capital, return earnings, dividend payable 600. 24 April 1st, the company capitalized return earnings by issuing one share of Jan share for every 5 shares held on this date at 120 per share. Profit of the period was 1,400. During the year, company paid dividends payables as at April 1st and interim dividends 500,000. Right? The retained earnings is the only reserves maintained in the company. Right? Return earnings 31st March. Okay. So here are my return earnings. Closing return earning balance. Right? So April 1st my retain earnings actually 3,400. That's the opening balance. Clear? So during the year ending 31st March, uh, right. Company says company capitalized return earnings by issuing every 5 shares. 1 for every 5 shares. එහෙනම් ඔයා බලන්න ඕනේ පහට එකක් නේ ෂෙයා කරන්නේ. කොච්චරක් තියෙනවද කියලා බලනවා beginning of the period shares. Then 7,500 ළමයි. In 1000 එකක් කීයද 100 rupees. එතකොට අපි ගාව shares තියෙනවා 75,000. එහෙනම් බලන්න එකක් කීයක් ගන්නද පහට එකක් නම් පහින් බෙදන්න මේක. 15,000. Therefore, 15,000 you have to multiply from 120,000 shares. 1,800 ගණන් තමයි එන්නේ. ඒතර capitalize කරද්දී මේක අඩු වෙනවා. Right, decrease. Right, okay. Profit of the period. Right, okay. Profit added ළමයි. Here plus වෙනවා. During the year paid dividends April 1st and interim dividends was 500. මේ දෙකම pay කරලා දෙනවලු. ආගේ pay කරපුවම ළමයි අර opening payable balance paid ළමයි cash decrease, cash credit, return payable dividends debit නේ. එතකොට ඒක ගන්න බෑ. ඒක already last year record කරලා තියෙන. එතකොට interim dividend එක තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. Right? Interim, right? Dividend payment, that is ළමයි 500 should be minus. Right? එතකොට මෙතන අරක ගන්න එපා. හරිද? අර opening, right? මේ අර question says company paid dividends payable. එතකොට ඒක double link එකෙන් අපි payable එකක් උනත් දාන්නේ return earnings debit, dividend payables credit නේ. pay කරනවා dividend payables debit, cash credit. එතකොට ඒක last year record කරලා තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට ආයෙ ඒක දාන්න ඕනේ current year විතරයි දාන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? So answer should be number ළමයි 3 නේ. Answer should be number 3. Right. 23 ළමයි. 23. Question says quick asset ratio of the business 1:1. The business is considering the following actions to improve the quick asset ratio. Which of the following would lead to increase the quick asset ratio? Quick asset එකේදී ගන්න අපි liquidity asset. Right? Liquidity asset into current liabilities. ඔන්නෝ තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? Right? එතකොට අපි මේකෙදී ගන්නෑ prepaid and inventories, liquidity assets 1:1 ratio එක. එතකොට මේකෙදී first එක බලන්න A, B, C, D. Clear? To pay insurance premium in advance. Prepaid ni cash decreased. Cash decrease අපි මෙතන අපි හිතමු මෙතන amounts දෙයක් දාගන්න 1,000 කියලා. 1,000. Right? එතකොට pay කරාම ඔගේ cash to pay insurance premium in advance. Cash decrease අපි හිතමු 100 කියලා හැම transaction එකම. එතකොට cash decrease වෙනවා prepaid එක ගන්න නැහැ. එතකොට මේකෙදි ළමයි ratio එක ඔයාලට ගන්න වෙන්නේ මෙතනදී it will be 900 and 1,000. So ratio will be ළමයි decreased 0.9 into 1 the decrease එක ගන්න බෑ. Right. Right. To sell existing machines, right? B, sell existing inventory on credit. Inventory අපි තර ගන්න ඕනේ credit sell කරාම trade debtor increase, sales income increase නේ. අර account equation එක වගේ නෙවෙයි විතර ගන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට debtor balance increase, okay, liquidity asset increase. අපි තුන් 100 කියලා 1100 වෙනවා, but here will be 1000. එතකොට ratio එක වෙන්න ඕනේ 1.1 into 1 වෙනවා. Yes, that is increase, right? most දාලා බලන්න නැත්නම් හිතන්න නැති ගත්තා වෙන්න පුළුවන් ආන්සර්. හරිද? C, to sell existing short term liability using cash. Definitely 100 අඩු වෙනවා දෙකෙන්. හරිද? දෙකෙන්ම අඩු වෙනවා කියන්නේ මේකත් 900 වෙනවා. right? අර opening balance එකත් මෙන්න මේකත් එක්ක compare කරලා ගන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? ඔය එකම වහරේ transaction එක දෙකම 100 කියලා ගන්න ඕනේ. transaction එක මොස්. එතකොට මේ එන ගන්න තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. ඒකට apply කරලා ගන්න. that is 1 to 1. clear එක ගන්න බෑ. ඒතකොට equal not change. D, existing inventory is also cash. Cash debit, sales income credit නේ. ඒතර cash තමයි වැඩි වෙන්නේ. ඒතර inventory කියලා ගන්න එපා මෙතන sell කරන්නේ. cash debit sales credit double entry ලියන්න. cash වැඩි වෙන කියන්නේ liquidity asset increase by 100. right? 100, but liability won't be changed, so it will be 1100 and here will be 1000. Definitely lamai ratio will increases lamai definitely, so answer should be number D lamai. Number D anyway, D. So here 23 lamai answer should be number 3 ne. 23 should be number 3. Right. 24, which of the following activities can be considered as management accounting? Right. Determine cost of the product, definitely management, analyzing behavior cost, activity levels changing, yes, management, providing financial information to investors and lenders, financial accounting, cost profit volume, cost volume profit and relationship product management. A, B and D answer number 3. 25, 25 lamai the economic order quantity of an inventory of an item is a reorder quantity at which total ordering cost and total minimum nah, total and ordering and total cost minimum again total cost එක minimum නේ, definitely total cost minimum right, total cost minimum, yes, correct, A correct. B, reorder level of an inventory item is calculated, right, calculated by multiplying maximum consumption yield time, yes, correct. Cost formulas are used to measure the cost of an inventory item when specific identification method cannot be. Cost formulas are used. Yeah, there are two cost of inventory management. කියන්නේ දැන් අර අපි inventory closing stock එකේ inventory measure කරන්න methods දෙකක් තියෙන, cost එක හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. එකක් තමයි specific identification and the cost formulas. Specific identification method දෙන්න cost formulas යන්නේ. cost formulas කියන්නේ 5 4 back. So ඔක්කොම correct නේ. answer number 5. Right. 26. Basic salary allowance, employer and employee EPF 10%, 15%, employer contribution employee trust fund 3%, EPF ETF calculated based on the gross salary, EPF ETF are remitted following month, again next month. Question as lamai EPF employees related expense. So total lamai, first of all you have to calculate here basic salary and allowance 7,500, 2,500. So gross salary, it will be lamai 10,000, right? It was expense ගන්නවා ගන්න EPF 15% and ETF 3%, right? 3%. Basic salary එකෙන් තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. Sorry, gross salary, right? 10,000 into 15%. 10,000 into 3%. So total expenses will be 11,800. ඒ කියන්නේ gross salary, EPF expense, ETF expense තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. ඊට පස්සේ EPF payable වෙන්න ඕනේ. EPF 15% එකයි, ETF 10% එකයි. Clear? 15% definitely 1,500. 10% කියන්නේ ඉතින් 10,000. So definitely 2,500. So 26 lamai answer number 5, right? Yeah, answer number 5. Huh? Answer number 5. Right. 27 and 28. Right. Gemini PLC produce a single product. The expected activity level of a company is 20,000. The following estimations are provided for the next period. Right. Okay. Direct raw material cost per unit. Okay. 2 kilograms at 300 rupees per kilogram. Direct labor 2 hours per hour 200. Production overheads absorption rate 300 per direct labor. Total non-production 8 million. Profit markup on cost 25%. It is estimated 50% of production overheads and 75% non-production overheads are variable cost, right? Okay, question number 27 is cost of production per unit, total fixed cost, right? Cost of production per unit, right? Then here my direct material, right? Direct material my definitely tolerance to provide, right? 20,000 units. Right. Right. So direct per unit. So 2 kilograms at 300 rupees multiply. So value here 600. Clear? So direct labor 2 hours into 200, that is now 400, right? Okay, so that's a prime cost, right? That is a prime cost. So now production overheads lamai, production overheads absorption rate, direct labor hours දැන් මෙතන 300 නේ, right? එකක් 300 එක hour එක actual hours කීයක් වෙනවද? මෙතන තියෙනවානේ direct labor hours ළමයි 2 hours කියලා. ඒකම තමයි ගන්න වෙන්නේ. ඒතර ඇත්තම යන ගාන ඉතින්. Right? ඒතර that is 600. Right? So production cost per unit will be 1,600. Right? That is now 1,600. Right? Okay. Right? 26, 27. Right? Then total fixed cost. right okay එතකොට මෙතන තියෙනවා non production cost ළමයි non production cost එකේ fixed එක ගන්න පුළුවන් fixed cost that is ළමයි 8 million multiply then 75% ළමයි variable and 25% will be what fixed cost right 8 million will be fixed cost clear then production overhead fixed cost ඒකත් ඔයසල් production overhead එක හොයන්න ඕන ළමයි right then production overheads calculate absorption rate එකෙන් ගන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලට absorption rate ළමයි how to calculate it will equals right total overheads right divided by total direct labor hours නේ ඔහොනේ ගන්න වෙන්නේ එතකොට මෙතන direct labor hours ළමයි දැන් absorption rate actual ළමයි 300 නේ 300 equals right total hours right divide by total direct labor hours then direct labor hours ගන්න වෙනකොට total hours ගන්න හොයා ගන්න ඕනේ දැන් මෙතන 20000 units ළමයි එකක් හදන්න යනවා දැන් estimated ගන්න එකක් හදන්න යනවා 2 hours 2 hours වලින් multiply කරන්න right that is 40000 right එන total hours වලට total overhead එක හොයා ගන්න පුළුවන් production overheads actually 300 multiplied by 40000 that is actually 12 right this one how much so 12 million actually නේ එහෙනම් ඒකින් 50% means ළමයි variable then remaining 50% will be fixed cost that means 6 million right so total TFC will be 8 million 8 million means 8000 right 27 ළමයි answer should be 1600 and 8 million answer should be number 3 should be number 3 Fractionals contribution per unit right contribution per unit means ළමයි අහිනවා variable එකත් හොයාගන්න ඕනේ මෙතන variable right ඒ වගේ මේ වගේම හොයාගන්න ඕනේ right දැන් මෙතන total non production ළමයි 8 million නේ 75% right මෙතන 50% right 75% means that is 6 million right here again 6 million so total will be 12 million right 12 million එතකොට කරන්න ඕනේ unit variable cost equals 12 million right divide by 20000 that is my 600 right so 600 that is productions ළමයි දැන් මෙතනක් ගන්න ඕනේ direct labor direct material that means ළමයි 1000 එතකොට මෙතන total unit variable cost ගන්න ඕනේ 600 and අර overheads ඒවා මෙතන overheads right overheads and prime cost ගන්න variables that is 1000 so total unit variable cost will be 1600. Clear? So you have to calculate lama here profit selling price ni, right? Selling price. Then selling price එක ඔයාලට හදා ගන්න පුළුවන් මෙතනින්. Production cost per unit ළමයි 1600 නේ. Right? Production cost right 1600, right? Profit actually 25%, right? 25%. So that means like 400. So selling price will be 2000, right? Contribution per unit is here total cost lamaya. You can't take total cost. So me with the production cost anyway ගන්න total cost එක හරිද? වැරදුනා profit එක. එතකොට මෙතන ගන්න ඕනේ ඔයා ගන්න ඕනේ non production ඒවත් ගන්න ඕනේ හරිද? Right, then this is per unit ළමයි. Per unit, right? Non production clear the non production cost එක ඇවිල්ලා how much? 8 million. So you have divide by 20,000 units, right? 20,000 ni divide kara. So that means 8,000 divided by 20. So total cost will be like 2,000, right? Total cost per unit. So divide by 25, right? 500. So price will be like 2,500, right? So unit price 2,500, unit variable cost 1,600. So unit contribution minus 900. Unit contributions will be like 900, right? So 28 my answer should be 28 එකට answer ගෙන්න ඕනේ 3 නේද? Right. Answer number 3. Same. දෙකටම 3 තමයි එන්න ඕනේ. Right. 29 and 30th. 29th task. Account activity level of manufacturing company 100,000. The following information relates to the year ending 24/31 March. Sales, total fixed cost and profit. Right. එහෙනම් ඔයාලට මෙතන sales අපි හදමු income statement එක පොඩි question එක බලන්න ඕනෙත් නෑ ලොකුවට. Sales 12,000. Total variable cost that is unknown. Total contribution right. Total fixed cost and profit. TFC will be like 3,000, that is minus එහෙනම් contribution එකට හොයාගන්න ඕන 5,000 කියලා. එහෙනම් if it is 5,000 ළමයි here variable cost will be 7,000, right? Like that you can complete, right? Okay, right. Now the variable cost per unit and the break even point, right? It is very easy. Unit variable cost ළමයි equals total variable ළමයි 7,000. That means 7 million actually divide by 100,000 quantities. So it will be 0 70 rupees. Break even point equals TFC divided by unit contribution, right? So TFC ළමයි 3 million. Unit contributions how to calculate? How do unit contribution එක ගන්න ඕන අර වගේම මේ unit contributions equals total contributions 5 million divided by 100,000 units, right? එතකොට මෙතන එනවා 50 rupees, right? So divide by 50. Right, it will be like 60,000 units. Very easy. ඔයා ගාන බලන්න දෙවා කෙලින්ම මේ වගේ ෆිල් කරගන්න income statement. Right, so 70 and 60,000 answer number 5, right? Answer number 5, 29 eකට 5. Right, 30th. ළමයි, a firm is considering a project to invest in a machine, useful lifetime 5 years. Estimated cost of this machine ළමයි 1 million, annual net cash flows 200,000. The expected rate of return 10%. Net present value of this project is negative. Negative, right? Expected negative. Which of the following statement is correct in relation to this? The present value of total future cash loss, total future net cash loss of the project lower than its initial investment. Oh, the initial investment අඩු හින්දා ඉතින් present value එකත් minus වෙන්නේ negative net present values. Initial investment එක වැඩි ඇති අනිවාර්යයෙන්. Right, so it should be correct. The annual net cash flow inflows of the project increased to 250. Its payback period is 4 years. Yes, in 250 now, within 4 years you can cover the 4 million, 1 million. Yes, correct. When expected rate of return of this project higher than the 10%, its NPV is positive. නෑ එහෙම කියන්න බෑ අපිට. Rate of return ළමයි calculate based on average profit divided by average investment. NPV ගන්න අපි based on net cash loss. So net cash loss වෙනස් කියන්නේ profit එක වෙනස් වුණොත් තමයි profit එක වැඩි වුණොත් තමයි මේ percentage එක වැඩි වෙන්නේ in account rate of return. Profit එක වැඩි වුණා කියලා අපිට කියන්නේ cash flows වැඩි වෙයි කියලා. මොකද non cash flow items එහෙම තියෙනවා profit එක ඇතුලේ. So that is now incorrect. So 30 answer should be number A and B, answer number 2. Right. Right. Question number 31 ළමයි. Several activities of firm given below. Question are select the most appropriate environmental factor. Right. Environmental factor. Relevant for this. So A, ළමයි, selections of appropriate accounting policies in preparing general purpose financial statement, that is a professional environment. Subject related. So B, assessment of tax liability in line with provisions of Inland Revenue Act. Act means ළමයි definitely legal. Act එකක් නේ. Legal. C, use of computerized accounting softwares to record transactions, that is technological. So D, revaluation of building concerning changes to market price, economic environment. That very easiest one. Right. So 32. Following information has been extracted from finance statement of a sole trade trader 24, 23 assets liabilities. Question is state the impact caused by about transactions with values on assets, right? So here account equation assets, right, equals liability plus equity. So this is opening balance lamai, right? Opening balance 600, 325. So opening equity will be 275, right? So closing balance, uh, right? So transaction number one, right? මේකේ අපි අහන්නේ A. Question asked A. Right, there's another question ළමයි. Okay, B එකක් තියෙනවා. B එක මිස් වෙලා ගනි. Right. B asks actually profit of the period. Profit also asked. Right. So transaction number one ළමයි. Owner paid 50,000 to a creditor using his personal funds. So definitely ළමයි creditor decreased by 50. Right. You have to write down with zeros ළමයි. Yeah? Creditor, right? Definitely equity increases by 50. That is now additional capital, right? Definitely additional capital. Clear? Right. Again, 1,000 plus number two. Owner obtain costing 100. Definitely inventory decreases by 100. Equity decrease by 100. That is drawings, right? Zeros නැතුව හදනවා නම් ටික දාලා හදන්න, right? Right, okay. So then question is what is the profit? So here closing equity you can identify lamai. Closing balance, total assets lamai 800, liabilities 450. So here will be the 350 closing equity, right? So difference will be lamai definitely profit, right? Equity, that's the profit. So 275 plus 50 minus 100. So profit will be lamai 125,000, right? Right, 125 වට එකතු කරලා බලන්න පුළුවන්, right? එතකොට B එකට එන්න ඕනේ answer should be 125,000, right? 125 කියලා ලියන්න because we here mentioned 3 zeros, right? Then you can write down 3 zeros like this. The easiest one. Right, 33 and 34. Uh, Right. Thirdly, I state the prime in the books lamai. Transaction A. Purchase, then this is following transactions take place in furniture manufacturing business during the month of 31st March 24. Furniture purchase timber on credit, that is for my resale furniture sadala purchase journal. B, purchase timber processing machines on credit. That is not machines. Machine means property. So property credit based general journal. C, sold furniture with list price on cash basis. So definitely a receipt. Receipt journal. D, settled the total amount due to Kasun subject to cash discount 100,000. Cash discount 100,000. So creditor payments, cash payment journal. Cash payment journal, right? Okay, write down the double entry journal interest record C and D, no, not required narrations. So C, sold furniture subject to rate discounts. Rate discounts lamai deducted, then actual sales like 5 million. No? 5 million. So bindu නැතුව මේක දීලා තියෙන 5 million කියලා දාන්න cash debit 5,000 5 million sales credit 5 million, right? Very easy. Then 5, sorry, D, question as double entry settled amount to Kasun payables balance lama here purchase timber 2,500 ni. Then definitely creditor balance decreased by 2,500, but lamai discount definitely received, that is lamai 2,000 discount එක අයින් කරන 2,300, so sorry 200, right? 200. So cash paid credit, lamai definitely 2,300. Very easy. $2,300. So wait, 2,000. Sorry, 100. Nee, discount 100 ला. Yeah, 100. No, rate discount. So here 2,400, right? In 1,000 තියෙන බින්දු මෙතන mention කරලා තියෙනවානේ, right? Then easy. Right, 35, 36. Question is 35. A, what is the type? Discount received lama income account. B, drawing lama equity account. C, provision for compensation lama liability account. Accumulated depreciation lama asset. With this if we non-current assets wala asset account. D. Right. Right. Then 36. 36 lama. Question asks concepts. A, only the transactions with monetary value recorded in the books of accounts, that is my money measurement concept. Money measurement concept. B, the concept requires to report all the informations which are useful to stakeholders. Disclosure concept. Disclose current now. C, the cost of purchase during the current year but not sold goods year end exclude from the cost of sales. Cost of sales adu karanna one matching concept la. Yeah? Cost of sales වලින් closing stock adu කරන matching concept, we can match with the cost sales income finally. Cost of related low value of equipment useful more than money treated as expense like material. Additions gonna material not important. Material concept. Right. 37. State with the value each of the following transaction of a sport club occurred during the year ended leads to increase, decrease the accumulated fund balance. Subscription receivable 20,000 was written off during the year, current year. Accumulated fund නේද? ඒතර accumulated fund ළමයි accumulated fund this is from expense write off, therefore surplus 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 decrease, so accumulated fund also now decreased, right? Decreased by 20,000. Then here mentioned decrease value should be like 20. බින්දුත් නැතුව තමයි ලියන්න. B rented out a sport ground 250,000 for a cricket tournament held by during the year, received 200,000 in cash. Since receivable of 50, income how much? 250. But income increase surplus, surplus increase accumulated fund, right? Increase 250 income. Received receivers both, right? Very easy. Right. Here 38. ළමයි partnership. Complete the following statement in relation to the partnership using the appropriate terms. Variable equity of partnership recorded in current account. Capital account represent fixed equity. When partner retires from a business, they are entitled to receive a 5% interest per annum on the unsettled balance, means loan according to sections 24 42. C. The maximum number of partners of limited company at 2007 company again number as per number 7 right ඒක දෙයක් වෙනවා 20 limited to 20 as per company act number 7 of 2007, right? That's all. 39. Amal and Bimal carried out a partnership without a written agreement. Okay, those are sections 24 we have to refer. Chamara joined a partnership by investing 1 million in cash and land 2 million, right? එතන මේ කියන a contribution of Chamara of to capital, right, was a double entry, right? So definitely ළමයි cash debit මේකේ zeros mention කරලා තියෙන හින්දා දාන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. Cash debit 1 million, land debit 2 million, capital account credit 3 million, capital account credit 3 million, right? Right. So B, question B asked, what is goodwill of the adjustment, right? So on this date, goodwill of the partnership estimated lamai 1,200. New partnership also contribute without agreement. In sections 24 says lamai profit shares equal in a new ratio lamai debit, right? Right, new ratio debit, capital account debit, Amal, Bimal and Chamara equal in again equal again 1,200 means 400 right? 400 right? Again capital account credit, all ratio Amal and Bimal, all ratio, new ratio debit, all ratio credit equally, right? 600 600, right, according to ratios as per section 24. Equal තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. Right. 40. Complete the following sentences as per conceptual framework. Equity is a residual interest. Residual කියන්නේ remaining amount. Right. B, a liability is a present obligation transferred and economic resources. C, income is increase in asset, decrease in liabilities. Increase in assets or decrease in liabilities. ඔයාට මේක ඕන set off කරලා ලියන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? අර කලින් double end එක. Right. residual interest එක ළමයි ඔයාට ලියන්න පුළුවන් ඕන net remaining, right, owners interest වගේ ඒවා ලියන්න පුළුවන්. හරිද? Right. 41, inventories right, inventories are measured at cost and net realizable whichever is lower. Yes, true. Right, true. B, net realizable value is estimated selling price in the business ordinary cost of business less estimated cost of completion estimated selling price. ඒකත් හරි ළමයි ඒක equation එක. no, wait minutes. Net realizable value estimated selling price minus estimated cost of completion and estimated selling price. Yes, B, correct, true. ඒක තමයි equation එක net realizable value. බලන්න. Entity should use same cost formulas for all inventories having similar nature of and use. එකම cost formula එක use කරන්න හැම ඔකේ තියෙනවා. ඒතර compare කරන්න බැයි නේද? Correct. D, FIFO and WAC methods one that gives the lower values should be used in measuring cost in inventory. Lower value method ones that gives a lower value should be used in no එහෙම එකක් නෑ නෝ. ඒක අපි එහෙම එකක් ගන්න බෑ. ඒක අපිට කැමති method එක use කරලා හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. That is false ළමයි. Right. 42, financial statement of Saman PLC for the year ended 24-31st March were authorized for issue by directors 24 June 30th. The following events took place in company after 31st March. Right. Question is, identify the non-existing events indicates only the numbers. Right. Non-existing. A case file April 10th. April 10 means definitely my account after the accounting period. Right. By customer against company outstanding compensation 1.5 million code given June 15. Okay, before the approval, but non-existing because after the reporting date, right? Number 1, non-existing. Factory with carrying amount 9 million 31st March destroyed April 20th. ඒක 31st March තිබ්බට destroyed වෙන එක අපි කලින් දන්නවද? No. ඒතර ඒකත් non-existing තමයි. Right? Debtor was declared bankrupt May 31st. Okay, before the approval, amount received was 31st March. ඒක existing event ළමයි, right? B ළමයි question is correct total assets and liabilities 31st March corresponding to the above adjustment events. Total assets 1 billion. Question say before the considering total assets and liabilities 60 million, right? Total assets lamai 60 million. එතකොට මේකේ debtor bankrupt වෙනවා. Bankrupt වුණාම debtor balance decrease lamai decrease by 3 million. So assets will be lamai 57 million. It will be 57 million, right? Total liabilities 25 million. Actually liabilities won't be changed actually. Liabilities won't impact එකක් නැහැ නේ මේක. අනිත් bad debt expense එක නේද? It will be the same as previous one, 25 million. Right. 42 also very easiest one. Right. Question number 43 lamai machine purchase 6,021 April 1st and estimated lifetime 5 years. Company depreciate the machine using reducing balance method 40%. 23 April 1st after 2 years lamai. Depreciation method change to straight line method and residual value lamai 0. No changes in lifetime and estimated April 1st. Question of depreciations 22. We can අපි then reducing balance ළමයි cost minus accumulated into percentage නේ. එතකොට beginning of the period ළමයි no any accumulated, it's 0 multiply by 40%. So depreciation will be 2400, right? So for the A, here 0 is given 2400. B, correction as accumulated depreciation next year the 23 31st March again අවුරුද්දක් ගියට අවස්ථාව 6,000 now accumulated 2,500 into 40%, right? 3,600 into 40%. So that is 1,144. So total accumulated 3,840. Right. Then question as depreciation after 24 31st. That means after change the straight line method. එතකොට හොයාගන්න ඕන ඉස්සෙල්ලාම reducing sorry depreciable value එක හොයාගන්න ඕනේ. දැන් depreciable value කියන ළමයි දැන් residual එක නෑ මේකේ. ඒතර ඔයා කරන්න මේ දක්වා depreciate ඔක්කොම ටික අයින් කරන්න ඕනේ. right cost එකෙන් අර වගේම accumulated අයින් කරනවා you can get the remaining depreciable value. residual value එක තිබ්බොත් ඒකත් අඩු කරන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ remaining life එකෙන් තමයි ගන්න. දැන් 2 years almost completed ළමයි. Therefore cost ළමයි 6 million 3,840, remaining life limit 3 years. 3 years, right? That is like 3 years. So divide by 3. Residual value එකද ඒක අඩු කරා මේකෙන් එන්නේ අතර remaining depreciable value එක. මේකම නෙමෙයි answer එක. ඒ කියන්නේ මේ වගේ නෙමෙයි මේක නෙමෙයි meaning එක. මේ reducing balance එකේ කරන එක නෙමෙයි කරන්නේ. ඒක remaining depreciable value එක තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. Should be divided by depreciable value divided by 3. It should be by 720. Right. So that's the 43. 44. Question asks true false. A, state whether each of the following statement true or false according to SLFR 15. Entity should recognize revenue when it satisfy a performance obligations by providing promised goods. Yes, when transferring goods through. B, the transaction price is the amount of considerations that the entity has revised in cash. Exchanging goods or services. No, that is not incorrect. මේක එන්න ඕනේ promise goods කියලා definition එක දීලා බලන්න මේක වැරදි. එතකොට හරිද? definition බලන්න false. C, consideration promised is a contract may include fixed amounts variable. Yes, there is some considerations. ඒ transaction price කියන එකේ ඕන ඔය definition එක තියෙනවා. හරිද? එතකොට ඒක හරි. right ඒ theory බලන්න. Performance obligations can satisfy at the point of time or over period of time. Yes, correct. කියන කාලයක් period එකදී period එක ගන්න rent එක වගේ එකක් නැත්තම් විකුණන වෙලාවෙ ගන්න පුළුවන්. Right. 45. Question as dividend per share, profit after tax, interest cover ratio. Right. Dividend per share A, so number of shares lamai 60,000. Dividend per share lamai you can calculate total dividends. Actually paid dividend එක තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. provost එක ගන්න dividend, right, divide by number of shares. $3 million. Number of shares lamai 60,000. So it will be like 5 rupees, right? 5 rupees per share. For A lamai answer should be 5 rupees. B, profit after tax. Earning per share එකෙන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. Earning per share lamai equals, right, profit for the period, profit after tax divided number of shares. Profit after tax 30 rupees. Number of shares 60,000. So profit after tax equals 60,000 into 30 rupees. Right, that is 1,800. Without zeros it should be 1,000. Actually answer should be 1,800 කියලා තමයි ලියන්න ඕනේ. බින්දුව නැතුව තමයි ලියන්න වෙන්නේ. හරිද? Right. C, interest cover ratio, profit before tax plus interest divide by interest. Clear? Here lamai profit after tax, tax expense, profit before tax. Profit after tax was lamai 1,800 profit 8. Even not tax එක දිනවලා ළමයි tax expense was 700. Revise කරලා ගන්න profit before tax. So it should be 2,500. Interest ළමයි 500. $6,000 divided by 500. That is like 12. Oh, sorry. Oh no, profit before tax. Is this correct? Yes. Total tax expense 700. 3,000. Sorry, here it's like 3,000. Right, that is like 6 times. It is like 6 times. Right, 46. ළමයි the following cost of items relate to firm which assembles bicycle using import companies components. Right, classify each cost: direct, indirect, and variable fee. Cost of tires and tubes ළමයි assemble bicycles ළමයි per bicycle that is like direct. Definitely direct. And also variable නේ වෙනස් වෙනවනේ. B, monthly wages of assembly direct direct, but my salary will be fixed. Monthly, right? Fixed, monthly is fixed. C, monthly salary of assembly division supervisor indirect line, definitely production overheads, but fixed. D, cost of grease and oil indirect. Indirect fine product in oil, but variable. Product. Right. 47. True, false. Manufacturing business cost that can be identified especially with a product object is known as overheads. No, identify especially with product overheads. That is not direct cost. Direct B, store ledger records both quantity and value of raw materials. The store ledger records both quantity and values. Yeah, store ledger 5 back called Bing card only quantities, right? True. C, fixed overheads don't change due to increase or decrease in the production level within the relevant range. Yes, true. Fixed cost wage paid to machines operators on output based classes direct cost. Yes. Directly right. 48. A company manufactures a single product. Uh, right. Single product. The budgeted information relating to cost centers is given below. Overhead absorbed per unit. Right. Absorbed per unit. Absorbed per unit right. Absorbed equals absorption rate multiplied by actual hours. Right, actual hours. Absorbed. Processing time 2 direct hours, 3 hours, direct labor hours, machine hours, absorption basis of cost centers 1 to labor hours and machine hours respectively. Identify the below. Absorption rates. Center 1. Here absorb cost 100 rupees. Right. Center actually 2. Right. 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 Actual hours here 2 hours and 3 hours. 2 hours for center 1. Here 3 hours. Right. So here will be 50 rupees absorption rate. Here will be 7 so 80. 80. Right. 50 rupees and 80 rupees. That's the absorption rates. Right. Question is total budgeted overheads. एक गन absorption rate revise करला. And how to calculate absorption rates? Absorption rate equals total overhead, right, divided by total hours, right? One අපි 1 එක හදමු ඉස්සෙල්ලාම absorption rate ළමයි 50 rupees නේ, right? Total overheads, total hours කියලා ගන්න වෙන්නේ මෙතන. You have to consider ළමයි what? Labor hours නේ. Labor hours ළමයි 50,000. Right? 50,000. So total overhead equals 50 into 50,000. එතන එතන ඉන්න ඕනේ 25,000. Sorry, 250,000, right? Oh no. 2,500. Yes. Right. And second one, absorption rate actually 80 rupees. Right. Total hours ළමයි 20,000. එහෙනම් මෙතනත් අර වගේම hours ගන්න multiply කරලා ගත්තයි overheads ගන්න. That is ළමයි 1,600. Yes. 1,600. And 1,600, right? In thousand, because here mentioned zeros. Right, 49. Correction as variable cost per unit, right? Jayama A PLC produce single product. Estimated activity level of a company is 18,000 units. So company break even point 10,000. The expected selling price per unit 180. Contribution sales ratio 25%, right? එහෙනම් මෙතන තමයි unit price එක දීලා තියෙනවනේ අපිට. Unit price minus unit variable cost equals unit contribution. Right, unit contributions. The percentage means like when the selling price 100%, contribution will be 25%. Clear? 25% no. එහෙනම් මෙතන UFC UVC එක වෙන්න ඕනේ 75%. එතකොට දැන් මෙතන දීලා දිනවා අපිට unit price ළම 80 rupees. එහෙනම් ඔයාට ගත්ත හැකි unit variable එක මේක use කළා 80 divided by 100 into 75%. Right? 75%. So it will be like 60 rupees. Right? For the first one, my answer should be 60. The unit variable cost will be like 20 rupees. Right? B, total cost activity level of 18. Right? Total cost. So TVC lamai, right? Unit 60 into total quantities 18,000 multiply 18. 60,000 multiplied by 18. Right? This one TFC. TFC lamai. Question as B as my TFC, right? So I'll record this one C. TFC lama you can calculate questions given break even point. So break even point equals, right, TFC divided by unit contribution, right? Break even point actually like 10,000 equals TFC එක තමයි unknown. Unit contributions was like 20 නේ. 20, right? So TFC equals cross multiplication 10,000 into 20. So it will be my 200,000. TFC will be like 200,000. That's the answer. 200,000. So you have to write down the answer as 200 without zeros actually. Right. So here 200,000. So total cost will be my 1,280 total cost. ඔය ආන්සර් එක ලියද්දි ලියන්න ඕනේ බින්දු නැතුව. ඒක තමයි ලියන්න ඕනේ. බින්දු දීලා තිබ්බේ නැත්තම් බින්දුත් එක්කම ලියන්න ඕනේ. හරිද? Right. Then profit at the active level of 15 line, right? Profit right. D right. One country profit on line total contribution again no total contribution. Unique contributions line 20 rupees multiplied by 15,000 units. How much? 300 divided by the TFC. TFC how much? 200,000. So profit will be 100,000. So write down the answer as 100 without zeros. Right, that's all. Right, last one. Payback period, right, and account rate of return based on average investment, right. A firm is considering purchase eco-friendly machines for 5 million, that is initial investment. Here, years and cash flows. Zero. Lifetime, like 10 years, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right. There are a few years. පහක් විතර ගන්න ඒකේ බලමු payback period 5 million 6 7 8 9 10 years, right? So question says residual value of these machines and lifetime 10 years 100 machine of depreciate using a straight line basis expected annual cash flows like 625,000, right? මේ ගන්නනේ. එතකොට අවුරුදු 10ට අපි බලමු කොහොමද compare වෙන්නේ කියලා. Right, අපි බලමු first zero is line definitely this one first year cover වෙනවා මේ ගාන, right. ඊට බලන්න යන්න zero වෙනකම්ම යන්න ඕනේ. I think when it comes to 8 years now, 8 years, definitely payback period 8 years, right? Accounting rate of return based on average investment, accounting rate of return equals average profit, right? Divided by average investment into 100%. 100%, right? So here ළමයි profit එක ඔයා කැල් කරන්න වෙනවා. There are ළමයි 10 years නේ. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, right? These are the cash flows. Cash flows ළමයි 625, right? So you have to divide ළමයි depreciations, deduct depreciation අඩු කරාම ඔයාලට profit එක ගන්න පුළුවන්, right? Then get the totals of profit, right? So depreciations ළමයි here, right? Cost minus cost, how much? Cost line 5 million, depreciations actually residual value minus divide by 10 years. right? 4,600 divided by 10 years, it will be 460. Depreciation in 460. ඒක non cash flow එකටම යන. එතකොට ඒක අයින් කරන්න ඕනේ. Right. Profit will be ළමයි 165p. Right. Right. The total profit එක ගන්නත් පුළුවන්. ඉතින් average එකත් ඒ ගානම තමයි. හරිද? Then total profit will be this one. Right. Average profit will be 1,065 divided by 10 years. Right. 165. Average profit. ඒ ගානම තමයි එන්නේ. Average investment ළමයි equals equals initial investment plus residual value divided by 2. Initial investment ළමයි 5 million, residual value 400 divided by ළමයි 2 years. So that is like 2,700. Right, let's see. There will be decimals. 6.11 කියලා ඒ decimal આવත් ඒ විදිහම දාන්න ප්‍රශ්නයේ decimal එන්න පුළුවන්. Right. අර residual value එක add කරන්න එපා ළමයි. මෙතන add කරන්න තමයි අපි ගන්නේ. Right. That's all.